Yeah. Me and the whole team in this bitch. You already know Prince going crazy with this shit. Let go.
I wanna be so glorious, and the whole town fall in love with us. We gon' fight till death has struck, and I'm gonna be victorious. I wanna be so glorious, change everything all around the world, and my mighty great reign is on the way, and we all gonna be glorious. I'm aiming high for the mighty throne. I mentioned that in my fucking monarchy song. I'm trying to change the game for the unlikely one. I'm starting first with the poets, niggas, residents. If I liberate them from the slums, the purest golden ones come from the ghetto lines. Both MJs, Tyson, and Holyfield, that's real. Muhammad Ali, King James, that nigga Denzel, you trip. Washington, DC is where we at. Fighting the high up to get our power back. Give it back. I'm slaying niggas, beheading niggas like I'm Spartacus. I'm with the shits, I'm a warrior and I'm glorious. If I get killed during the war, then my apologies. I hope y'all receive all my acknowledgments. Go. Everyone's like the Greek gods of mythology. King and queens. If we keep fighting, then we will all be your highnesses. I wanna be so glorious, and the whole town fall in love with us. We gon' fight till death has struck, and I'm gonna be victorious. I wanna be so glorious, change everything all around the world, and my mighty great reign is on the way, and we all gonna be glorious. We'll be glorious when our reign has came. When I'm in the city, ladies screaming my name. I guess when my presence, they playing a symphony. They steady bending over and calling me majesty. I'm trying to be glorious. Taking on the world is not enough. I'm trying to rise to misfortunate. Keep everyone in the same. It's supposed to be. Fuck the 1% of all the wealthy thieves. Taking all the bread and all my shit from me. And when I'm winning the war, I'ma change the policies and have everyone living like kings and queens. I wanna be so glorious, and the whole town fall in love with us. We gon' fight till death has struck, and I'm gonna be victorious. I wanna be so glorious, change everything all around the world, and my mighty great reign is on the way, and we all gonna be glorious. I'm so obsessed with the quest that it is so absurd. I hope I don't end up in the back of a hearse. I'm focused on my time that I had left on earth. I hope my mama never had to put me in the dirt. I'm contemplating getting a couple bitches, have them in the fucking kitchen and they cooking up that word. You think I'm tripping, but I am so disturbed. I'm fucked and twisted, I'm so sadistic, but I'm a mystic. Just in case you missed it, pay attention, shut up and listen. I believe in God's high and mighty godly existence. Ayo, 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 ayo. Tryna get my money right, just listen to my songs. I'm gonna be a movie star on your radio. Ayo, ayo. in reality.
What's going on, every mother-loving body? This is Erek Loyd in the building here today. Yo, I got a hell of a show for y'all. I had a little technical difficulties starting off the show, but we're going to get it going. Let me just tell y'all this. I stayed up late today trying to put this show together, so I hope y'all niggas appreciate the work that I had did putting all these motherfucking things together, you know, trying to make sure we come to a resolution of what the fuck is going on with ancient Egypt, okay? And Joe Rogan is going to help us figure out what the hell is going on with some of the amazing people that he have on his motherfucking show. So, I've been seeing these clips for years. I've been seeing these topics for years, these discrepancies in the specific history of ancient Egypt. And at this point, I said, fuck it. I had to holla at my folks first off. I keep wanting to skip holla because I just want to simply say, fuck it, we are going live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
I mean, goddamn. Do I need to switch some shit around? Because I keep trying to say, fuck it, we going live, when according to the show itinerary, we are supposed to holler at you motherfuckers.
God damn, what a big old ass. What's the mathematics? What's the mathematics? Your mama, can a brother holler at you? Holler, holler, holler. Holler at you, holler, holler at you, holler at you, holler, 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 holler. You, brother, can a brother holler at you? I know a little, are you gay? I know a little homosexual Mexican love to have you, boy. You spending bucks, big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Love you, have you, love you, have you, love you, have you.
What's up, my man, Sean Thomas? Welcome to the motherfucking show, nigga. It's 3 a.m., brother. Goddamn. I mean, thank you for the compliment. Nice hat. I appreciate that. Okay, this is my old school vibe. Because we're talking about ancient history, I got to pull out the old man hat. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck it. But speaking of which, I'm glad you said something, Sean Thomas, because I want anybody and everybody, if you disagree with what we're talking about today, if you disagree with my black ass skin, go ahead and just say it in the comments. I would appreciate it.
About this on the show before. You have African-American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it, I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it right now.
I done fucked up the clip. And now it's time to get right into the show. So this is Joe Rogan on the Pyramids Mystery.
They know who built the Great Pyramid, don't they?
No, they don't. No, they definitely don't. First of all, the Great Pyramids, they think they're tombs, right? But there's no evidence that they're tombs. They've never found, like, pharaohs in them or anything.
Yeah, aren't they? They're burial chambers.
No. Those are different areas. That's not the pyramids. The pyramids are so massive. There's 2,300,000 stones in the Great Pyramid.
The Great Pyramid was the tallest building on Earth until, like, 1860, I think. It was something crazy like that, yeah.
There's stones that were cut from a quarry that was 500 miles away. Like, they have no idea how they did that. No idea how they moved them. No idea how they got them through the mountains. They cut obelisks that were like thousands of tons. They moved them through the mountains and got them hundreds of miles away. They have no idea how they did that. They were probably very sophisticated.
Now, that's a good question that we need to ask right now. How the hell was they able to move tons and tons of shit with the technology that they had? Because we will struggle with that today. How the hell do they have the capabilities of doing such things? And to be honest, these ancient Egyptians are fucking magical.
There's stones that were cut from a quarry that was 500 miles away. Like, they have no idea how they did that. No idea how they moved them. No idea how they got them through the mountains. They cut obelisks that were like thousands of tons. They moved them through the mountains and got them hundreds of miles away. They have no idea how they did that. They were probably very sophisticated, but in a different way than us. They probably had technology that we haven't figured out yet because we went to combustion engines and electricity, and that's how we figured out how to use human creativity and constantly innovating and created technology that went in this way. But it's really possible that another culture 20,000 years ago or whatever had figured out a way to innovate the way we have with combustion engines and electronics, but in a completely different way.
And I believe that way. I'm going to segue to, I was watching a video, long video, 45 minutes. And basically they were saying that originally it was thought that the pyramids were tombs of previous pharaohs. But when they went inside the damn pyramids, they didn't find such things. They just found tunnelways and systems that would flow as far as water and electricity currents. Basically saying that, especially by the way the pyramids are placed on Earth, they're specifically placed at specific areas in the world that special things happen. So the idea was that they were able, and I think they coined Tesla nigga, okay? That nigga, basically, he's the one that discovered that they were using the pyramids for electricity, basically using Earth as their source of electricity instead of how we would use coal or, certain things of how the hell we do it, combustible engines and all of that other bullshit, whereas they would just get their electricity from the pyramids, which would get their electricity naturally through Earth, which Earth creates its own electricity, as you motherfuckers see on a regular basis when it's storming or some shit and you're seeing lightning or some shit. So that's the idea. Now, I want y'all to know, did you notice the thumbnail? I put explicit content because I'm cussing like a motherfucking sailor. I had to put the music content sign on this motherfucker so that there's no mistaking it. We will be cussing from start to motherfucking end, okay? And you know what? We're trying to come to a solution of what the hell's going on. And we're waiting for science to come with new shit. And then here go Joe Rogan expressing the fact that there's new science studies about how the pyramids was fucking made.
A recent study published on Ancient Origins website claims that the ancient Egyptians benefited from the sound in the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza and relied on the discovery of a dead end in the rock inside the pyramid room as a tube of acoustic resonance that generates ultrasonic waves at a base frequency within 5 hertz. This raises the questions of the importance of ultrasound for the ancients, and can we find the use of sound waves between ancient cultures elsewhere in the world? Wow.
Yes, we can. With the principles of sacred geometry, the seed of life, the flower of life, and Metatron's cube, using these mathematical principles as our base level of creation and understanding, if we find these base frequencies of the stones and mirror them with an opposite frequency, we will be able to do the same things our ancient ancestors were once able to achieve. There are many such examples on a smaller scale today.
So, more or less, the idea was that in order for them to move these big-ass rocks, they used it through vibration, by sound. Basically having the sound loud enough to, as you've seen on the icon, how water could be manipulated by sound and vibration. And how everything, in a sense, has a sense of rhythm and vibration. Everything. That's how they did it, which is wild. Like, what they would have to have a mega machine in order to do this, which we currently don't have today. And my question is, why the hell haven't we stumbled across it? Or actually, what if we already did?
We're all made of music. According to quantum physics, the science that studies the deepest layers of mass, beyond neutrons and protons, the fundamental forces of nature that keep structures together, the very nucleus of everything is vibrations. Mass, in whichever state it is, liquid, solid, or gas, it essentially vibrates in that state. Everything that exists in the universe, living or not, at its very own core, is constant energy vibration. It has its own rhythm, tempo, patterns. Therefore,
well, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because I'm a musician, and it was early on that music affected me. And I'm sure a lot of people, music affected you in some way. Made you dance, made you excited. the sounds and the waves affected your mood, and how that would, how important that is in the car ride. You understand what I'm saying? So in terms of it moving things, I mean, it's hard for my mind to wrap around that. But it's very interesting. I would love to see some type of proof or experiment proving such things as far as that. But to my understanding, we ain't got it here today. So goddamn it, we're gonna move forward in the show.
Right there. Press pause if you could. So this is a recreation of a glyph of a painting that once existed. It was destroyed. This is the only example of them even doing anything with stone depicted, but this is not showing them cut a block.
What do you think they're using when those guys are on their knees? It's showing a line. What that is?
I think that they're doing measurements in order to put in hieroglyphs, because we know they did. There's actual evidence of them doing glyphs over prior work. It quite literally could just be showing them carved stuff into it. I saw examples where you have this wonderful stone and then these crude glyphs carved into it. Why would the glyphs look like shit in comparison to a wonderful block? And that's not to say all the glyphs look like shit. Some are spectacular. Let me just clarify. Dynastic Egyptians are the so-called ancient Egyptians we were all learned about in school. My argument and others' argument is that there was people before them doing work.
Which I always believed, right? I always believed that human beings, the time of human beings seems so incrementally short. Like, how the fuck can human beings only be here for this small amount of time? Like, we had to be here during the dinosaur era, I would think, right? Sean Thomas says, one of my neighbors is Egyptian, and he said he knew how it was built. We just need to interrogate and gain the trust of the Egyptians. Well, partially the problem is most of these niggas don't even know them goddamn selves as to why they decided at that specific time, as we call ancient Egypt, at the time where they decided it was important to document these things. So they made hieroglyphics and all these shits on the wall so that they can have this recorded. And that is what we came to the conclusion of what the hell happened with the Egypts based off of what they have written. But what about the time before they even fucking recorded? That's the question. What were they even called Egyptians?
Nowhere in all the tens of thousands of hieroglyphs found throughout ancient Egypt, not one single one of them shows anything about them cutting stone, nor does it show anything depicting the construction of a pyramid. The Egyptians are said to be a Bronze Age culture, which means that's supposed to be the most sophisticated type of tooling that they had. However, when modern tests have been done, it's failed miserably. You can technically cut these things in half, but it takes a tremendous amount of time. And if they were said to be tombs for the pharaohs, and keep in mind, there's more like something like 118 pyramids in Egypt, they were all said to be done in a chronological order and within a certain period of time. When we were talking tens of millions of stone blocks in aggregate, and then all the other tens of millions of blocks that make up statues, casing stones, when you're doing it with methods that can barely get more than an inch an hour, so slow, and not to mention the precision is nowhere near it, it's a mystery.
Everything's a mystery when it comes down to Egypt. That's the very interesting thing. Sean Thomas says, how those motherfuckers move those stones when I can't even move my motherfucking body out of bed some days. Nigga, get your lazy ass up and get to work, goddammit. That's what you got to do, okay? I'm the victim of that shit too. I almost slept the fuck all day, goddammit. I had to wake my bitch ass up so I can get to work, goddammit. Clean up around the house, do something. But like I said, some Egyptians don't even know hold up. What happened to the Egyptians? That's the big question. What happened to the motherfuckers? Did they get just wiped out? Like how the hell did they get wiped out and they should get left here too? Like there's too many questions for us to understand.
When you discuss ancient civilizations and you look at the Great Pyramids of Egypt, they're so magnificent that you have to wonder, like, what was that society like? When I look at those structures and someone says that those things are 5,000 years old, how fucking smart were those people?
Very smart.
How did they know all that? What the fuck, man? And what happened? I think it's the Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson idea. The human beings had reached a very high level of sophistication, and we got fucking flatlined again by comet impacts. Yeah. That's the Younger Dryas impact theory. And it makes a fuckload of sense when you see things like the pyramids. All these old structures, especially ones they can't really date that well. Like, that's the dirty secret about that carbon dating stuff. You got to date carbon. You're not going to date rocks, right? So you have to find like organic material in between the rocks, stuff that's around the rocks. You don't know when they cut that.
So we can't tell when they cut the rock. We can't test the rock because the rock has been here before anything has been here. So it will be pointless in testing the rock. They didn't just make the rock themselves, unless they did, which would be very interesting. But realistically, we don't make rocks. It's based off of the Earth's crust or asteroids that are brought to Earth, crash into Earth, and that's how we get different rock materials that wasn't originally here. So what the fuck is there for us to do? And like I said, these niggas has been here way longer than what we think.
The pyramids were 100% built by people who lived in Africa.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
All Graham Hancock is saying is that it's very likely that the entire world experienced a cataclysmic disaster around 11,800, 12,000 years ago, somewhere in that range. Yeah. And it knocked us back into the Stone Age. Dude, but those people who were around before that were probably more sophisticated than we are. We just have a hard time imagining that.
Yeah.
Probably? No, actually. Them niggas was clearly more sophisticated than our motherfucking asses are because we don't know how the hell they did it. Clearly, they had did it a different way than how we fucking cut stone and do things. We need heavy machinery in order to do that, whereas based on the evidence that is put out, all they had was copper and some bullshit, bronze or some shit, which using that would take forever to get the kind of results that they are fucking achieved. Way longer than what actually took them based on the time periods. It's fucking outstanding. And clearly, humans have been on this planet longer than what scientists actually say. That's fucking clear as day. If you disbelieve that, you can kiss my natural raggedy black ass, nigga.
The most sophisticated artifacts, pyramids, everything, are all the oldest. It gets worse as it goes on. That's not supposed to make sense.
There was some sort of very sophisticated civilization that was tens of thousands of years before that, and they were wiped out.
We even see that. You go to the Egyptian Museum and there is beautiful igneous stone vases made of granite. And right next to them, in the same display, because they're found in the same place, there's a rough pottery vase that's not even turned, just put together by hand, and they've painted it with dots to make it look like granite, and it's shaped the same way as the granite vase. That's pure imitation. Like this here, you have a hard igneous stone vessel made with perfection, and right next to what's clearly an imitation of it, made from pottery, and they've even dotted it up to make it look like granite. The dynastic Egyptians, they do trace that back 30,000+ years. They have a list of kings and rulers that go back into that time. It's only in our interpretation and our archaeologists that really say, well, you know what, that's just myth and legend.
See, and that's the motherfucking problem. So many scientists are so big on getting, posting whatever the fuck news that they got, trying to make sure it's a discovery so they can get some type of Nobel Peace bitch-ass prize outside of actually doing the real work and figuring out what the fuck is going on. Clearly, based on that video alone, I'm saying, hey, well, one, let me not get lost in my thoughts, okay? Number one, there was an original ancient Egypt before the quote-unquote ancient Egypt that we call today. There was somebody before them. Something catastrophic happened, which science people know that multiple fucking extinct events has happened and wiped out multiple species, which I believe humans was here way longer than what we claim it to be. So much so that the quote-unquote ancient Egypt that we call today was trying to copy the shit that they found from before their time. And it was so inefficient, like there was such a they had to clearly get wiped out, and all of their information got wiped out along with them, to where the ancient Egypt people that came in, found the shit, was like, hey, this is fucking magnificent. All right, well, since we're ancient Egypt, let's fucking make some shit and make it look like granite and make it look like we've been doing this shit. So the artwork started to get worse over time, trying to live up to that ancient Egypt's original style. Very interesting. But the question, ancient Egypt is a lot older than most people think.
When visiting Egypt, we got to spend some time with the local people. We asked them about their history. The conversation came up about the age of the Sphinx. What they said shocked us. They said Egypt is much older than the story you have been led to believe. The ancient Egyptians did not even call themselves Egyptians. Egypt was once known as Kemet. When they were asked, who were these first people, they kept repeating the phrase Zep Tepi. Zep Tepi translates into the first time. That strongly implies Egypt has gone through many cycles and has evolved over time. And this is not the first time.
Clearly, this is not the first time that some people done got their ass wiped out, and another people have found themselves being brought up in that region. Very fucking interesting. Neptebi, or whatever the fuck they weren't even called Egyptians. So what the hell are we even talking? What is ancient Egypt? If they wasn't even Egyptians, then what, the Netebi or some shit? My mind is screwed right now, because I went to high school, goddammit. I went to grammar school, goddammit. I went to motherfucking daycare, goddammit. Pre-K, goddammit. Well, they taught us all this bullshit. Okay? 12 years of my nappy-headed, raggedy-ass life. And even more with pre-K and all this shit. And they taught me all this bullshit just for me to find out at the age of 27 that is all a goddamn lie. Or just wrong as hell. What the hell's going on here?
What I learned from the people, the Egyptians themselves, proved to be just as fascinating as the archaeological remnants. Because when I asked them what they believe the origin of the temple sites were in their own backyard, what they told me is that Egypt is much, much older than traditional archaeology has been led to believe, and that the ancient Egyptians did not even call themselves Egyptians. There was a time that Egypt was known as Kemet. When I came away from those early conversations, I think the phrase that stuck with me the most when I asked about who were these first people, the phrase that came across so many times were the words Septepi, Septepi. And what this literally translates into, it means the first time. And it strongly implies that Egypt has evolved over a period of cycles or phases.
So Kemet is today Egypt. And Neptepi is what Egyptians used to be. So if we're talking about ancient Egypt, maybe ancient Egypt is ancient Egypt. But before ancient Egypt, you had Neptepis, or Netepians. Okay? Very fucking interesting.
In the last video, I told you about the strange relationship between the meter and one of the most fundamental ancient Egyptian units of measurement, the Royal Egyptian cubit. First, let's check the history of the meter. The meter was officially chosen in the 18th century as a scientific unit of measurement based on Earth's circumference. To be exact, 1/10,000th part of the distance from North Pole to equator along a meridian. You could think of it as a harmonic subdivision of a cosmic distance. Keep that in mind. But what does that have to do with ancient Egypt? Well, let's check out the Great Pyramid's location on the planet. The Great Pyramid sits at around 30° northern latitude. If you watched the previous video, you will notice that you could think of this as a Royal Egyptian cubit on the circle of Earth's circumference, starting from the equator, all in relationship to the meter. Now this is where it gets scary. Any physicists watching? Then you might know this number. It's the speed of light in meters per second. Now watch what happens if we use this number as a coordinate, simply by removing a few powers of 10. Let's type it into Google Maps, and where do we land? Right on the apex of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Damn. So that bitch was put specifically in place. Damn. So, damn. And the thing about the speed of light, that shit is trippy in itself, which I personally have been on record on this show expressing the fact that I feel like matter has the ability to move faster than the speed of light. Now, there has been reports that maybe UFO presence have went down and taught them these technologies as to why they were even able to move these megaton stones and put them in high places within the pyramids and move them from hundreds of thousands of miles. It's fucking insanity. Let me just say. Is it something that my thing is that makes me hesitant about the UFO? Bro, that's just a coincidence now. I mean, goddamn. I'm saying, I don't know, brother. I don't know. Sean Thomas says, if you look hard enough, you can make anything connect. Not true, motherfucker. Not true. If you grilled hard enough, goddammit, some of them connections ain't gonna make sense. And this is the grilling process. This is what we doing. We grilling history, goddammit. And we looking at shit right in the motherfucking face to come to a motherfucking conclusion. Okay? Now, is it a coincidence that they have technology that we don't even have today? Sean Thomas says, Eric Loyd, you should make an episode reviewing those UFO documents the government issued recently. I will look into that, but just in case y'all niggas go take a look at my UFO video where I explain how I actually seen a UFO. But my thing is it such a coincidence, Sean Thomas, that they have technology that we currently don't have today? Or the fact that there's evidence that UFO people, they put it in their hieroglyphics, how they were seen by a higher power. I mean, is it a coincidence? I'm just saying. Now the question is, how old is the Great Sphinx?
John Anthony West was the first person to suggest that there should be a huge question mark over the Sphinx, that the erosion patterns on the Sphinx suggest it was much older than Egyptologists said. Yes, 2500 BC, the ancient Egyptians were there, but I believe they found the Sphinx already created and already heavily eroded, and that they then recarved its head into the head of a pharaoh, and that head is way too small in relation to the body. That makes sense if it was a heavily eroded lion head, which was then later cut down into the head of a pharaoh. The geology speaks to the original Sphinx being more than 12,000 years old.
Interesting. So we already just proved that the Netebi, okay, were the original niggas that was there. I'm sure there's even more niggas that was there before everything popped off. And the Great Sphinx was seemingly there before ancient Egypt. Based on the eroding that's on the actual Sphinx. Like rain droplets falling onto the Sphinx. It had to be caused by raining over 1,000 years of rain that would cause those marks, which leaves us to believe that the Sphinx was there before even the pyramids. And when they found the Sphinx, it took them years and years to uncover the Sphinx because it was covered by sand and dust and all this other bullshit, which was under the sand and dust at the actual roots of the Sphinx was weather erosion. And it hasn't fucking stormed like that in that specific part of Egypt for thousands and thousands of years before ancient Egypt. So clearly, history has missed out parts that is very important to why those specific things are there. And now I'm glitching out like a bastard. Hopefully I ain't doing it on y'all's screen, but I am doing it on mine. Let's move into the next motherfucking clip, bitch.
What is the argument about the Sphinx, the enclosure of the Sphinx? And Dr. Robert Schoch, who's a geologist,
Yes.
What was his conclusion?
the Sphinx and the trench out of which the Sphinx is cut bears the unmistakable evidence of precipitation-induced weathering, weathering caused by exposure to a substantial period of heavy rainfall. And that is particularly pointed out in the vertical fissures in the trench. So you see, the Sphinx itself has been subject to so much restoration over so many years that it's difficult for people to even see the core body of the Sphinx today. But it's these, you can see the vertical fissures even down at the back of there. That is what shock counts as heavy rainfall, and the problem is we don't have that rainfall in Egypt 4,500 years ago. You have to go back much earlier to get that rainfall.
Interesting. Now, they said that the Great Sphinx head was much small. Today is much smaller than it originally was. They believe it was like a lioness or something. I believe it was a cat. Because back in the day, cats were looked up as godly creatures. Even so much so that they did their makeup and their hairstyles in a way of cats. Very interesting shit. I'm very curious of how the Great Sphinx looked previously.
Along with the pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx is one of the most famous monuments built by the ancient Egyptians. It was carved from a single rock that was already in the ground, and its construction was done around 2500 BC. The Sphinx has a lion body, a symbol of power with a human head, symbolizing the intelligence of the pharaoh. The face would probably be based on the features of the pharaoh Khafre, and his position in front of the pyramids highlighted his role as guardian of the site. After the end of the civilization of the ancient Egyptians, the Sphinx was abandoned and partially covered by the desert, remaining visible only shoulders and head. It was unearthed by archaeologists from the 19th century. Since then, it has become one of the main tourist attractions of Egypt, receiving millions of visitors each year.
Interesting. Now, once again, I have to say that all of these clips that are used in this specific show are used only under fair use. I don't own any rights to these clips, just to put that out there, which I'm going to clear up the end of the show with an issue I had with a specific channel on this very topic. Okay? But yeah, very interesting shit, y'all. I mean, just to think that our history that we learned in school wasn't the whole fucking story. And I felt that way. Like, bro, how the fuck did these people do all this amazing bullshit without with the technology that we supposedly thought they had, clearly seeing that they had better technology than we fucking have today? Out fucking standing. Egyptians or Neptebu or whatever the hell y'all name is. How would it impact? So basically, this bitch is the Great Sphinx is falling the fuck apart, and there's people today fucking rebuilding the bitch. And the nigga asked the question, how the hell how would this affect our studying the Great Sphinx? And my thing is, god damn it, we done had thousands of years to figure this shit out. Now, pay the fuck attention. Sit your punk ass down and look at the bitch. All you scientists motherfuckers, take a look at this shit and let's figure out what the hell's going on so we can have the proper answers. Because y'all niggas I had too many motherfucking teachers acting all snooty, acting like they was teaching me the right information, like they was some kind of gods or some shit, just for me to grow up and find out that them bitches was telling me some shit they didn't have no fucking idea about. How the hell you gonna put some shit in textbooks, teach it to school, and be like, hey, you gotta pass this incorrect information in order to move to the next grade? It's some bullshit. This is why scientists, it's important for you niggas to get the information right on the first time. Why the hell we still ain't figured this shit out is beyond my black ass. And you can't talk about Egyptian, Egypt, and none of that shit without talking about that bitch, Cleopatra.
Mind-blowing facts you need to know. Cleopatra wasn't actually Egyptian. As far as historians can tell, Egypt's famous femme fatale was actually Greek. She was a descendant of Alexander the Great's Macedonian general Ptolemy. Cleopatra was the first member of her dynasty to speak ancient Egyptian. She was also able to speak 8 other languages, including ancient Greek, ancient Iranian, ancient Parthian, Syriac, Ethiopian, Troglodyte, Hebrew, and Arabic.
Oh, this bitch is speaking all kinds of motherfucking languages. Goddamn it, she's the goddamn woman, Kobe Bryant, goddamn it, speaking all kinds of shit. Lord have mercy. Goddamn. And this bitch was witty. This bitch was witty, so much witty that she said that her tomb was never gonna be found by a motherfucking man, and sure to the hell, it was never found by a motherfucking man.
How did the tomb of Cleopatra vanish for 2,000 years? The location of her final resting place appeared to have mysteriously vanished into the Egyptian desert, but in November 2022, a woman archaeologist by the name of Kathleen Martinez found a hidden tunnel that was 1,300 meters long and 13 meters below a temple to the Egyptian god Osiris, Top Osiris Magna. Cleopatra is supposed to have always embodied Isis the goddess and desired to replay the legend of Isis and the Ospreys with Mark Antony, her lover, according to artifacts discovered during excavations, such as stonehead heads of the monarch and coins with her likeness. Therefore, it felt appropriate that she be buried here. Cleopatra famously predicted that her tombs would never be found by men before she passed away. And perhaps for this reason, despite the fact that other archaeologists have previously dug in the region, Kathleen Martinez is the first to discover the.
There you go, goddammit. Kathleen Martinez, goddamn, how the hell her goofy ass find out shit out of all the niggas that previously dug in the area of her tomb? Oh, y'all niggas fucked up. Yeah, see, that's clear. We need more bitches in science. We need more bitches on the ground because they pay closer the fuck attention. The shit was there the whole fucking time. Why you ignorant niggas ain't find out what a bitch tomb was is beyond me. But goddamn, we need to figure it out soon, okay? And to be honest, Cleopatra was for the streets.
History's greatest thoughts. Cleopatra was for the streets of Egypt. She fashioned a device for self-pleasure by putting angry bees in a box. Shorty invented the vibrator before Jesus was even born. Inspiring. Sources say she once entangled with 100 men in a single night. The very first iteration of the Phoenix Sun strength and conditioning coach. She was allegedly the product of inbreeding to keep her bloodline pure.
Hello.
A tradition carried on in Alabama and Mississippi to this day. She organized entanglements that lasted for days and sometimes weeks. She had the stamina of a Kenyan marathon runner. A first-century poet described her as a woman of insatiable sexuality. Shorty's boom boom was sturdier than the Sphinx. When she attempted to seduce Octavian and failed, she took her own life. My son truly must have been packing some heat.
Okay, so Cleopatra was for the motherfucking streets. And the question was, you know, some hoes turn into hoes because they ugly. The question was Cleopatra ugly?
Was Cleopatra ugly? No, but let me explain. Cleopatra wasn't beautiful, but she wasn't ugly either. You see, Cleopatra was a very complex woman, and her appearance was just one small part of who she was. While she wasn't conventionally beautiful by the standards of her time, she was certainly attractive in her own way. She was known for her intelligence, charm, and leadership skills, which likely contributed to her appeal. During her reign, Egypt prospered, which attracted the attention of some of the most influential men of the time, including Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. She was a remarkable woman who left a lasting legacy in history, and while her appearance may not have been the most striking, it was her wit, determination, and ability to command attention that truly set her apart.
Okay, so clearly the bitch was witty, okay, she was smart, okay, she knew how to use seduction, but the bitch was just slightly below average. And that's what I'm getting from the clip. Once again, all these bitches are used in fair use. Crazy. So now that we understand that about Cleopatra, let's take a fucking holla break. Holla! What's going on, my nigga? Now, how you feel about this Egyptian shit and learning about how Egyptian ain't what we thought it was?
Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Holla at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla at you, at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla.
Okay, so for some of you motherfuckers that didn't understand what this crazy ignorant bastard had to say, I'm here to translate, okay? What the nigga said is that if Cleopatra would have been one of his hoes, okay, he don't give a damn about the information that we had wrong because the educational system failed him anyway as to why he can't talk proper English. And he also mentioned that he don't trust shit that's written down in textbooks because he used to smoke crack in them motherfuckers as to why he lives the way that he lives. Don't shoot the messenger, Lord have mercy. He's just a sad case. Holla, holla at your boy. Now, we're going to take a music break, listen to my bitch, Rebecca. Listen to talk about how she is never going back to her ex-boyfriend. Amen. And sometimes some of you hoes need to listen to that shit.
Come on, give me words, guys, come on, give me words. Are you guys ready now? I like that. Heartbreak. Damn, bro. Okay, let's try. You don't break my heart. You tell me say you no go, leave me go. You don't take my mind. You promise say you no go ever leave me go. Honey, damn. I need that money when I wake up, baby, with you I'm honey. Anytime when I don't see you, baby, I'll be calling. I'll be a fool to go back. To go back to my ex. Give me one. See, I be good girl, bad girl. Anytime that you need me, I'll be right here. Yeah. Baby, would you call on me? Yeah. Baby, would you call my phone? Call my phone. Baby, would you call my phone? Call my phone.
Baby, would you call my phone? Break my heart. Don't leave me alone. Leave me alone. You wanna take my soul? I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. Oh. Okay, y'all. Y'all wasn't supposed to catch me slipping like that again. But we're gonna move on. Now, Joe Rogan has something to say about the Sumerian gods. These ain't Egyptians, goddammit. These niggas are somewhere in the Middle East.
Zecharia Sitchin was this guy who wrote these books. It was all about these ancient Sumerians. And one of the weirdest things about it, these people had these clay tablets that had like a detailed map of the solar system. 6,000 years ago, they carved it in clay. And they also had these giant beings with like people with tails sitting on their lap. And they had the double helix of the DNA. He interpreted all this as this was some sort of an ancient recording, like where they were trying to record what had happened. And when he was going through these ancient Sumerian texts, he believes that it was really all about these beings called the Anunnaki. Those from heaven to earth came, and that these beings came from this planet that's described as Nibiru, and that they have manipulated human DNA forever.
Netepi, Nibiru. So I wonder if the same people went down to Egypt and taught them. Clearly, that is the Sumerians coming across some type of aliens from the heavens to earth. And they recorded what they fucking experienced. What the fuck does that tell you, motherfuckers? Stop denying it. It's real. These niggas, there's aliens out there, motherfuckers. They coming for us, goddammit. And the reason we ain't seen them motherfuckers no more, because these niggas done atomic bombed every motherfucking where. And this is proof that these niggas had technology outside of what the fuck we actually understand.
Oh, this is a question. Why does he have a watch on?
Damn.
Isn't that a watch?
How dare you? Impossible. Stop.
What is that?
It's jewelry.
It looks like a watch. I mean,
It
maybe
does.
it's jewelry, but it's on his wrist, and it's a circle, and it's with a band.
Right.
I mean, what is that?
Mini Antikythera mechanism.
It looks
the
like my
iPod Mini.
watch.
It does.
It does.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But, of course, the explanation is like, of course not. Just jewelry. But it does look like it, doesn't it?
Well, it just makes sense that if they developed weapons and they developed clothing and they developed shelters, if they had the sophistication to be able to construct these buildings, why wouldn't they be able to construct a watch?
Right.
An automatic watch.
Wow. See, that clip would have been dope if the shit full screen, when I asked the bitch to full screen, when I was editing this shit. But fuck it, you want to fuck shit up for me? You know what? You can go to hell, clip or computer. One of the whoever fucked up here can kiss my natural black ass. Goodbye. Now let's take Grandma Holla. What the hell you got to say about this bullshit, bitch?
Come on now, do it.
They said create holla on OnlyFans.
So I line up the dicks and sucks tonight.
What? See how long?
Eeny, miny, mo. Come on, baby, bring some mo.
I knew your black ass was gonna say something ignorant like that. Lord have mercy. And clearly, you understand. Because now you're in heaven, baby. So you know all the secrets. Could you tell a nigga something? Could you send a nigga a secret message and let me know what the hell's going on around here? Because the history books got everything fucked up. Okay? And just viewers discretion advised. My shit is glitching like a bastard. But we're going to move into the second half of the show. Hopefully bring this bitch in to a close so I can take my bitch ass to bed. But Egyptians 100% had different technology than what the hell we have today.
What's the explanation for this that modern archaeologists use?
They did it by hand, right?
They do it by hand. That's literally what they say. You just don't. They're not engineers and construction experts at the end of the day. That's the problem. So it's very difficult to engage them on those specific details. And I've taken many engineers, master stonemasons, stone carvers, construction guys, and a lot of them see it immediately. People that understand what it takes to both work in this material and to work at the scale that some of this stuff is worked in, they see it immediately, and they just dismiss the idea that this was done with literally pounding stones and, copper chisels. It's a funny thing. They insist those things are how they were done, but not once, no one ever has cut a single big slab of granite the size of a refrigerator in half. We've never gone that far. No one's demonstrated that, yep, you can take a copper bar and sand and grind your way through a refrigerator-sized block.
And you're saying copper because we think that they didn't have steel.
Not until later. There's no evidence for it. There's evidence for copper and bronze.
So what the fuck did they have? Someone thought that they had diamond tips. But if they had diamond, what the hell's going on then? Where's the evidence of the diamonds? If all they had was fucking copper and bronze. And clearly, based on actual people today who are in that field, they're like, hey, there's no fucking way. We can't even do that shit today. With the shit we got, we can't do that shit today. And granite? Oh, hell no. So how the hell did these niggas do it and put them in the places that they put them? God damn. This is proof that they were advanced, got their ass wiped out, and the species that came in below them, which we call ancient Egypt, weren't that goddamn advanced.
There's been some interesting studies done on the faces of giant statues. One in particular is the face of Ramses. There's a statue at Luxor, and it's perfect. You can't achieve that degree of symmetry just by eyeballing it and doing it by hand.
It's virtual perfection.
Take a copy of that photo, bang on, like very front on, and then you flip it. It's perfectly symmetrical, left to right. It's also not something that is done in artwork. So, people often say, well, Michelangelo, he carved David. It's a beautiful statue. I've seen it. It's incredible, but it's human. It's not symmetrical.
What's the explanation for this that modern archaeologists use?
They did it by hand, right?
They do it by hand. That's literally what they say. You just don't... They're not engineers and construction experts at the end of the day. That's the problem. You can't achieve that degree of symmetry just by doing it by hand.
So what the hell did they have? And why the hell haven't we found it? Who taught them that? And why the hell haven't we unlocked it ourselves? Clearly, it's lost technology. Clearly.
It is obvious that the ancient Egyptians possessed an extremely high level of craftsmanship and engineering, but recently researchers have also discovered numerous examples of high-precision granite objects and vases. These objects are incredibly accurate, with tolerances that are hard to achieve even with modern tools. More and more researchers, like Ben from Uncharted X, have proposed that the ancient Egyptians might have used advanced techniques that we have yet to discover. Check out his recent videos on the high-precision vase that was found in Egypt. Its accuracy is in the range of 1/1000th of an inch. A lot of these vases, including the one in the video, are made of very hard materials, like diorite, and in some cases even corundum. Since we have no records of technologies exceeding that of primitive tools, the academic community still asserts that the ancient Egyptians only employed primitive tools to achieve this. In light of the incredible precision of these artifacts, I think it is fair to say that we have to revisit this discussion. We can only speculate what kinds of technologies were at work, the most popular speculations being sound, geopolymer, or even lasers. Did the ancient Egyptians only use primitive tools, or are lost technologies part of the story?
No, they ain't use no goddamn primitive tools, because with our fucking advanced tools, supposedly, it still can't do no shit to that. Very fucking interesting. How the hell can you say, still to this day, that they use primitive tools and were able to do and achieve the fucking things that they were able to achieve, that we still can't do and unlock today? Fucking outstanding. We got to figure out what the hell was going on, because clearly they were way more advanced than what we are today. For the Sumerians to in a whole different region to be able to map out the solar system, which we didn't even do that shit until Galileo, who created the telescopes. That wasn't during those times. That was more recent to us. It's fucking outstanding. This Egyptian tech shit is just magical.
We went to the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. There's probably a 50-ton rectangle granite box. If you look at the left side, you can see this ancient megalithic architect literally had some kind of saw where he was literally shearing off that side, and then he stopped for some reason. And you can see from the top down, it is a precision, almost laser looking cut.
In our terms of technology, you would have had to have like a diamond tip saw, like a
huge
circular
one.
saw,
a huge
big
one. I'm looking at this. You would need like a 5-foot one.
What's amazing is if you walked around, if I showed you a picture of the other side of that,
yeah.
So when you walk around to the right side of that 50-ton megalithic stone, literally the inside is cut out in a perfect rectangle. So the inside is all taken out. And you know how they did it by looking at the left side, which shows the evidence of this ancient tool.
Now this should show you something, right? If our tools today cannot achieve such things like that, as simple as that was, and they got wiped out, what the fuck you think is gonna happen to us? I mean, certain things might stay, like certain things that are made for extinct events, or in case of nuclear bomb, there's an area somewhere in Sweden or some shit, or Switzerland, somewhere with an S, where things are put and hidden in this locked area of seeds and diseases and all types of sciencey shit, just in case we got wiped out. Someone can find that and have all of our information. It's very similar to the fucking Egyptians doing hieroglyphics on a motherfucking wall. And my thing is, what is such the big secret? Because they didn't show them creating these grand milestones and doing these things. They didn't record those moments. So clearly somebody up top had to be like, shh, don't tell nobody how the hell we did this shit. Which doesn't serve as the whole human species justice. Lost for words. Lost for words. And the thing is, clearly, there was a lost ancient Egyptian technique.
The truth is, scientists don't really know how the ancient Egyptians cut the 2.3 million stones used to build the pyramid into shape. Modern drawings often depict them cutting stones with handheld saws, but experiments showed that cutting stones with handheld saws would have been too slow. A day's work would have only resulted in 3 inches of progress. Instead, highly precise saw marks were found on many stones that indicated the use of some kind of advanced tool. Some of the stones were discarded due to cutting error, an error that they could have corrected in time if they were using a handheld saw, but not if they were using a fast spinning machine. So far, no such machine has been found, but some evidence points to its existence.
Interesting. Interesting. And my thing is, if they have something like a saw, wouldn't that cause for electricity? You would think, right? Not unless they have somebody spinning it, but to be able to resist against fucking rocks and still keep that and sawing? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You can't tell me it's not science, motherfuckers. You can't get that over my head, motherfuckers. It gotta make sense. And that, my friend, makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Clearly, it makes 0 sense. Where the hell are the tools that they had? What, did it just vanish? Was it made of materials that could get easily ruined by heat or some shit? What the hell happened? And these niggas clearly were geniuses.
The image above is taken from a ground-based telescope of the Milky Way galaxy in the sky. As for the picture below, they are inscriptions in the form of the goddess of heaven, Nut, in the ancient Egyptians. This is the statue of King Khafre. The statue of King Khafre is made of very hard green diorite, which no one has been able to make statues other than very small models. The statue shows the king sitting on the throne chair. Behind him is the god Horus in the form of a falcon protecting him. The artistic miracle here is that you will only see the falcon from the side, but if you stand in front of the statue, you will not see the falcon at all. This is the mummified hand of an Egyptian lady whose nails are still preserved with henna until now. Of course, we all know the ancient Egyptians' obsession with cleanliness and the love of applying makeup. They were among the first people who used toilets and shower 5 times a day. These are the spoons of the ancient Egyptians. They are also used
Shower 5 times a fucking day. God damn. I hope they had a hell of a lotion. Because goddamn, my black ass just got out the shower and I'm about ashy than a motherfucker. Lord have mercy. You see my motherfucking crusted ass hands? You lucky my underlip ain't fucking ashy. God damn it. The hell? And these niggas mapping out now, you see that horse face, nigga? If you don't, go rewind back real quick. The nigga had a horse face. Same horse face that was depicted with the Sumerians. I'm just saying, motherfucker. Sean Thomas says coincidence. I think the fuck not. Okay? I mean, goddamn. Why does it seem impossible for them to achieve these such things? And here's my thing. Now my son is screaming. Oh, it's 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, nigga. Go your ass to bed. Hopefully my baby mama don't hear her. She get her motherfucking ass up, go get his ass, and then yell at me about fucking making noise down here. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? But, once again, is pointing to alien shit. He tried to discredit the shit by saying, okay, once again, I'm using this in fair use, motherfuckers, so don't come after my black ass. But basically, I'd kiss my ass with the sand and all that shit. There's no fucking way. Because if that was the case, we would be able to do the same shit today. Fuck that. They clearly had some shit that we don't have today. Now, here's a theory. I'm not into conspiracy theories. This is sounding like we're going down the conspiratorial area. I'm not trying to go there, but goddamn it, I gotta express how I feel. Hopefully some scientists can do some research on the shit and figure it out, okay? If aliens did bring their ass down here, give them the proper tools in order to achieve such grand things that we are looking at flabbergasted about today, maybe they did by mistake. What I mean by that is maybe they did go give them the proper shit. Uh-oh, baby mama walking up to go into the baby room. So I might want to shut my black ass up. Okay. Anyway, because I need to focus. Okay, so maybe the aliens surely did bring that shit down. Somebody from up top in that alien world was like, hey, no the fuck you won't. First off, now they know. So now we got to end the motherfuckers with a catastrophic event. And then once that happens, you're going to go down there, get our shit, and we're going to call it quits. And we're not going to fuck with them no more. Hence why we don't understand how the hell that happened. Probably they told them to keep it a secret. But multiple depictions of these horse-face looking motherfuckers came from the heavens down to here, helped them with technology. Clearly. I'm just saying, y'all, I mean, I don't think it's conspiratorial now at this point when you mention fucking aliens. They're real. There are other people that live, but just think about that, guys. That's my theory. That's my theory. I do believe aliens must have came down, showed them some shit of how to create certain major things, which if we had today, we'll be able to move through the fucking universe fully. No problem. Which would create competition for them, which I'm sure they were afraid of. We go down, we take our natural black asses down there. We go fucking move around the universe because of this power that they gave to us. And we start fucking with their territories. Sounds like something that we would do to prevent, that from happening to us. So, just something to think about. Just something to think about. And my thing is, there's secrets out here. Somebody knows something. Because this motherfucker uncovered the secrets.
Edward Leeds Scowlin, builder of the Coral Castle, was only 5 feet tall, weighing just 100 pounds. With no outside assistance or heavy machinery, he carved, quarried, and sculpted over 1,100 tons of coral rock. 30 miles south of Miami, the Coral Castle is a modern-day mystery set in stone. These stones were not just randomly placed either. The perimeter structure aligning perfectly with the cardinal directions, and this 23-ton single-block polar telescope that points directly to the North Star Polaris. The precision of this construction is not to be disregarded. Aligning a 20-ton megalithic stone that weighs as much as a city bus to true north precisely in the 1900s without the advent of modern GPS is a monumental task, to say the least. Bear in mind, when asked how he constructed this over 20-ton telescope, he simply answered, "I've uncovered the same knowledge used by the builders of the Giza Pyramid."
Oh, now, motherfucker. Now, See, and we let this nigga get out scot-free of that shit. We should have grilled that motherfucker to the motherfucking ground. We should have offered that nigga billions of dollars to tell us the motherfucking secret so we can know why the hell is everybody trying to keep this shit a secret when it can help the human race. Now, goddammit, I'm sick of that. Come on now. Old bastard, what the hell you gonna do? Die with the secret? And what the hell, how the hell that's gonna help everybody else? I've uncovered the secrets of the niggas that made the damn pyramid. But nigga, shut the fuck up and tell us how the hell to do it. That's what you should do, you giddity uppity bastard. Hell, now I'm pissed. Cause this niggas out here holding the secrets out here to their motherfucking self so they can die with it. What the hell's wrong with you, nigga? Come on now. Share it to us so we can figure out how to keep the human race going. At some point, some motherfucker just was like, you know what? Fuck humans. Somebody had to say fuck humans. I'm not fuck them. Fuck them nasty, stinking, dirty, and disease-infested bastards. Fuck them. God damn. Now, how the hell did ancient niggas do that shit? That's my question. How the hell was they able to do the things they were able to do?
Using these rocks is how the ancient Egyptians carved out obelisks. One of the best examples remaining is the unfinished obelisk here in Aswan. We can see the exact working process of how they would cut an obelisk out of the rock face. Now, this obelisk was commissioned by Queen Hatshepsut, however it failed due to a huge crack appearing in it. So it was left abandoned for us to discover. Although Egyptologists believe that these rocks were primarily used as the main method of cutting the stone, I do believe that there were some other instruments also used. There is some evidence in the quarry showing that the workers were actually paid workers from all over, and it's believed that these workers were quite well paid for what they did, but it must have been grueling work.
Nigga. Now, how the hell you know that they were paid? Once again, that clip was used in fair use. Anytime I talk shit about something, I gotta make sure I say that, okay? Nigga, how the hell you know that them niggas was paid well when you don't even know what type of tool they fucking used? And I know goddamn well they ain't used that bitch-ass rock the whole damn way, which you even admitted. So what the hell's they smoothed the bitch over with the rock, possibly, but they ain't goddamn shave and carve that bitch with that damn rock. Now you can kiss my ass. Okay? And what's crazy is that this guy found that the granite was hollow in some spots near the Giza.
We're here at the pyramid of Chephren, and I was just observing these granite stones that used to form the outer surface of the lower part of this pyramid. Some of them are still in place in its original shape, and they still have the original surface. I just drew a circle on this stone here because I noticed something really strange. They are hollow from inside. I just found out about that. Listen to that. Here starts the hollow. There is a hole beneath that, and it's very thin. And the funny thing is, it's not only that stone. It's hollow. Same here, it's hollow. It's hollow.
Granite. Rocks. Granite stone. Hollow. So maybe they were able to manipulate the rocks in some way? Is that maybe how they moved them? And once again, we just went over the fact of vibration. Was vibration a key? See, maybe they had a tool that vibrated, that moved very hard and fast, that could jab and break certain things down, which could have created that hollow effect on that rock. Very interesting, though. Very interesting.
I think the Egyptians were using the quarry, but I think this object could have been, they just poured stuff onto it. It just was at the oldest part of the quarry.
And what's the wackiest explanation for these scoop marks? Not worried whatsoever about people's interpretation of you and your ability to discern reality. Like what?
It's some sort of molecular softening tool that just comes in and scoops it out. Like somehow it gets between the...
Molecular softening tool.
Like can soften the stone, can change the molecular bonds beneath the stone. Because it's made up of all these granites, like a composite material made up of a bunch of different types of hornblende and crystal quartz, and being able to somehow goop it out. I don't know. It's as if it looks that way when you look at it. Like you've got to think it's either some sonic tool, there's something going on that is enabling them to scoop that material out of there in an effortless fashion. These scoops in places, it's almost as if they articulate. Like we see in places, a recent observation we made, they're not just straight down, but they bend. So imagine a backhoe arm. It's digging here, and it does this. And you see that in some of these scoops. There's an articulation to these lines.
Interesting. So maybe they, like he said, they changed the molecular composition of these rocks, which was able to make them move them, pick them up, maybe transport them over long distances. We don't have that technology today, clearly. And they had to do something of that nature in order to do what they did with them in such a short span. It's fucking amazing. Maybe the guy who created that telescope, who refused to tell anybody the motherfucking secrets, had a molecular softening tool. That's fucking outrageous to think about. And what, did that tool or the rocks go to their normal state? Is that what happened? The question I need to pose is, maybe why don't we fucking destroy some of these motherfuckers to figure out what the hell's going on? Maybe break open these rocks and see how they're built on the inside. We're just seeing that there's granite rocks that are at some of these pyramids that are hollow in some places. That would make a lot of fucking sense. That they had some type of tool that would change the molecular composition of a rock that would make it soft or able to move where it's not hundreds and hundreds of tons. Or even easier to chip into the motherfuckers. Crazy shit to think about, y'all. Crazy shit. These niggas was outstanding.
According to data that you will not find on Wikipedia, the Egyptian pyramids were never used as tombs and were built long before the appearance of Cheops. In fact, Thoth himself was the builder and did so around 36,000 BC. For 16,000 earthly years, he was priest and king of the Egyptians. His name, Thoth, means thought and time. He is the architect of our reality, creating our dual world that we know of, the world of zeros and ones. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he built the Great Pyramid at the entrance to the Great Halls of Amenti, which are described in detail in the Emerald Tablets. As guards, he appointed the highest of his people, who later on became priests and designated him as the god of wisdom.
So is that horse-faced motherfucker that we've seen as far as the UFO guy? I don't know. I don't know how. I'm like, who the hell is this nigga? But also, in Egyptian times, the owl was looked at as the baboon was looked at as the person of wisdom. So I don't know what the hell. Maybe the nigga was spreading fake news. I don't know. But once again, that clip was used in fair use. Amen? All right. I don't know. But fuck it. There's a lot of question marks. Hopefully when you leave this motherfucking live stream, you come with the conclusion that there's more question marks than you got motherfucking answers. It just leads you to question the shit that you was taught back in grammar school. And one thing that we were taught is how the fuck mummies was prepared.
How were mummies prepared by the ancient Egyptians? Mummifying a pharaoh's body in ancient Egyptian times wasn't an easy task. To begin with, the brains would be pulverized using a sharp hook stuck up the nose until they could be poured out into a bowl. Following this, the liver, intestines, lungs, and stomach were removed through a slit in your side. They were then cleaned and placed in decorated canopic jars, ready to rejoin the body in the afterlife. Next, the body was stuffed with dried grass, straw, or mud to hold its shape, filled and covered with salt called natron, and left for about 40 days to dry out, reducing its chances of decomposing. Once the body was dried, it would be washed off with wine, spices, and scented myrrh, before being wrapped up in sometimes as many as 20 layers of linen binds. To finish, the mummy would be placed into a casket, then a sarcophagus, marking the completion of the body's preparation for the afterlife.
Nigga, I'm not fucking with no dead bodies after been sitting for 45 days. Nigga, fuck out of here. The hell? And then pulverizing through the nose, pulling their brain out their nose. What the fuck? Nigga, please. They ain't get all them brains. They might have got some bitches that was up here, some brain meat that was up here, but they didn't get the whole goddamn brain. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, goddammit. Now you can kiss my ass. There's no way my brain is going through my nose. Okay? I mean, all of my brain, goddammit. Y'all niggas might not think I'm that goddamn intelligent, but nigga, the dumbest people got the biggest brains, okay? The most intelligent people like Albert Einstein got the smallest brains. Amen? Okay. Now, speaking of mummies, nigga, what did King Tut actually look like?
The Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun did not look like this. Let me explain. Pharaoh Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut, is without a doubt the most famous Egyptian pharaoh, but very few people know what he might have looked like. Based on his golden sarcophagus, many people might imagine him being a tall, handsome, and powerful man. However, he was anything but that. His father and mother were both blood-related siblings, and he himself was married to his half-sister. This, combined with the insane amounts of inbreeding that was happening in the royal family, meant that Tutankhamun was born with a clubbed foot and possibly Kohler's disease, which is a rare bone disorder. He also could not walk without the help of a cane or an assistant and had an elongated head, possibly due to artificial cranial deformation, which is when the head of a baby is binded using different materials to change its shape. Additionally, he most probably died from malaria or an infection from a broken leg at the age of 19.
Okay. Sounds a bit fucked up. I mean, you start having sex with your siblings, okay, some niggas gonna start looking fucked up. But this video right next, once again, I claim all these motherfuckers are fair use. This video claims to beg to differ.
Archaeologists have routinely ignored all pictorial evidence and numerous eyewitness descriptions of the ancient Egyptians in favor of politically motivated choices regarding phenotype and skin color. This reconstruction of King Tut does what is seemingly obvious and gives the portraits and artworks primary authority in terms of his appearance. They exhibit a previously unseen continuity and consistency between multiple representations and seem to show an affinity to the remains of his mummy. We already know what he looked like, as King Tut's artworks are all phenotypically consistent with modern Nilotic East Africans. This is something also made evident by his mummy, which is almost stereotypically Nilotic. Forensic facial reconstruction has been proven to be inaccurate and agenda-driven in isolation, so this, in actuality, is the most scientifically sound reproduction of the Boy King. Share this with someone who'd benefit. Subscribe for more of the same.
Okay, I feel you, brother. Once again, that clip was used in fair use, but I feel you, brother. My thing is, though, that head was big as hell. And we can see in the video clips, that nigga head was long as a motherfucker. Okay, so clearly you didn't add that into your diagram of what the hell he actually looked like. He looks like a nice, handsome young boy. Okay, but the way that his skull was shaped, I don't know about that, brother. Hey, I don't know. I feel you on the imaging. Okay, because they said Jesus Christ was white. Okay, we all know he had hair of wool. Okay, and last time I checked, I don't know any Caucasian people with hair of wool. Okay, and bronze skin. That's in the Bible. Goddammit, do your research. Bronze skin, which means that nigga was niggas as hell. Okay, he was black as hell. Okay, Jesus was black, but everywhere in the world you see the nigga white as hell. Okay, blue eyes. Goddammit. Okay. Santa Claus been known forever to be white, but you dig deep enough, the nigga black as hell. Okay, I'm just saying that illustrations of race and trying to change the narrative is real as fuck, clearly. Okay, and this, let's take a look at the treasures that was found in King Tut's tomb.
What treasures were found in Tutankhamun's tomb? Following the discovery of the Valley of the Kings and the unearthing of 63 tombs, we now know more about the ancient Egyptian burial practices. Arguably the most famous of these tombs were Tutankhamun, discovered by Howard Carter in 1922. Some 150 precious artifacts would be uncovered, all with incredible sacred significance. Most striking was Tutankhamun's golden funeral mask. The crook and flail held by the king represented his role as shepherd and ability to rule with force. Elaborate pieces of jewellery were also found, such as the gold falcon representative of the god Horus, seen holding the sign for eternity in his claws. Fascinatingly, numerous scarab beetles were uncovered in the Boy King's tomb. These beetles represented Khepri, the scarab-faced god of the rising sun and rebirth. Collectively, all these valuable treasures were common inside the rulers of Egypt. Indeed, the highly prized materials were believed to guarantee their privilege in the afterlife.
Okay. So it sounds like a nigga broke into his tomb, took all his treasures. All right. Well, I wonder what happened to the nigga that broke into that nigga's tomb and took all that nigga's treasures.
Tutankhamun's tomb was found 100 years ago, but have you heard about his dark side and the curse of the pharaohs? 5 months after the tomb was opened, the man who bankrolled the search died suddenly. Lord Carnarvon suffered blood poisoning after being bitten by a mosquito. Other peculiar deaths then followed, including British archaeologist Hugh Evelyn White, who shot himself in 1924 and left a note saying, "I knew there was a curse on me." And in 1925, things got really, really weird. So Bruce Ingham was gifted a mummified hand from the tomb, wearing a scarab bracelet reading, "Cursed be he who moves my body." Great gift. Soon after receiving it, his house burnt down, and when he rebuilt it, it was hit by a flood. He then got rid of the hand and all was well, until Richard Bethel, the second person to enter the tomb, was found smothered to death in 1929, and Sir Archibald Douglas Reed fell sick the day after x-raying the mummy, perishing soon after. Science has had its say to try and debunk the curse. The toxic mold in the tomb doesn't explain the fires, curse-ridden death notes, and evil paperweights. But the curse did help sell a huge number of newspapers across the world in the 1920s. What do you think?
I think the nigga got cursed like a motherfucker for fucking with a nigga that was dead. You don't fuck with the dead, and that's what the hell happened. All y'all niggas out here trying to get this up and listen. And I ain't opposed to it, but my black ass ain't finna be going into nobody's motherfucking tomb that's a pharaoh that probably got some goddamn voodoo on that shit to come after my ass and try to kill me. Hell to the no. I ain't that goddamn curious, but while your crazy ass is doing it, please be my guest. Go dig into that nigga's tomb, get your ass murked off like a bastard, and give the information to my black ass so I can sit on this motherfucking live stream and talk the shit that I'm talking, okay? The question is, why the damn curse might be fucking real?
The ancient Egyptians believed in curses and magic, and perhaps none more famous than the curse of King Tut's tomb. The story begins in 1922 when archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king who ruled Egypt over 3,000 years ago. But the discovery of the tomb was just the beginning of a series of mysterious events that would spark the legend of the curse. Legend has it that anyone who entered the tomb would be struck by a curse, and that's exactly what happened to some of the people involved in the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. Lord Carnarvon, the financial backer of the excavation, died shortly after the tomb was opened, leading some to believe that he had fallen victim to the curse. Other members of the team experienced strange and unexplained events, including illness, accidents, and even the death of a pet canary. So was the curse of King Tut's tomb real or simply a coincidence?
Nah, nigga, that ain't hell no. It ain't no coincidences. Niggas shortly, any niggas that had to do with moving this nigga's body or having body parts or stealing that nigga's treasure, they got their ass fucked up.
The ancient Egyptians believed in curses and magic, and perhaps none more famous than the curse of King Tut's tomb. The story begins in 1922 when archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king who ruled Egypt over 3,000 years ago.
We just had a little technical difficulties. Sorry about that ignorant shit. So speaking of niggas going in places they not supposed to, there's a nigga that finds himself going to a forbidden tomb.
When I was alone inside the bent pyramid, I noticed this door which was locked, but there was a hole in the fence. I decided to climb through, and I found a passage with a pit that was covered with wooden planks. On the right side there was a white limestone block that was sticking out of the floor, which made it look very special. I was wondering what might have been the purpose of this stone. As I continued to walk over the scary looking wooden planks, I felt a very strong wind coming from the long and steep passage. Later I found out that this is the western passage, which leads all the way to the outside surface of the pyramid. I switched off my flashlight to see if there is any light coming from the end of the passage. It was pitch black dark.
Nigga, make sure y'all go subscribe to Chris and Esther. wonderful fucking clips. I got a few of their clips in here. I'm using them only in fair use. I do not own the rights to the motherfuckers. I have to say that. Make sure you niggas go check out their channel and subscribe, because I wouldn't have some of the shit that I got in this motherfucking show without them actually going down there. Now let me tell you something, Chris. Get your goofy ass the hell up out of there. The hell are you doing going down? Ah, hell no. Then a nigga gonna have to test this motherfucking gangster by turning off the motherfucking lights. That shit spooked the hell out that bastard, okay? He turned off the lights, he noticed it was pitch black than a motherfucker, and he had to get the hell on. Lord have mercy, my black ass, the moment first off, I wouldn't be in there alone. You got me fucked up. And I am not gonna be in there more than 5 minutes. I'm not gonna be in there deep enough to get that goddamn file. You got me fucked up. Now, hell no. I'm not and when you going into tombs and shit, figuring out you getting killed and shit, oh, hell no. I'm not going nowhere I don't know. Bitch, not without a tourist guide. And some of these places in these pyramids be so fucking excluded, not everybody knows. Some of these areas ain't even been all that discovered. Nah, fuck that, nigga. You take your goofy ass down there, we'll never see your punk ass again. Lord have mercy. Look at a nigga sneaking into a forbidden tomb. Lord have mercy.
I bribed a guard at the Great Pyramids of Egypt for secret tomb access. When I was exploring the Giza Plateau, I walked off into the desert away from everything, and a guard walked up to me and told me I couldn't be here due to excavations. When I apologized, he silently leaned in and asked if I wanted to see a hidden tomb inside the 4th pyramid. It felt a little sketchy, but how could I refuse? He walked me to this tomb that was cut into the side of an old step pyramid, locked away by a giant steel gate. This is the old pyramid and tomb of Hentekawes. Some people believe this structure goes back 10,000 years. He told me for $25 he would let me explore inside. So, I paid him and I squeezed underneath this gate. There was no hieroglyphs inside and there wasn't much to see other than this granite sarcophagus or this condom wrapper. I can only imagine what has happened in this chamber throughout the ages. For more videos like this, follow me on Instagram or go to my YouTube for the full.
Make sure you guys go check out this guy's channel. Subscribe to him. Once again, I used his clip in fair use. Who the hell was fucking inside somebody's tomb? Now that's just very disrespectful, goddammit. I don't give a damn if you don't see no hieroglyphs. I don't give a damn if that bitch was the local goddamn prostitute, damn it. You don't have sex in the bitch tomb, okay? And was it the security guard? That nigga probably was like, hey, you want to see where I fucked the bitch at? $25, nigga, $25. The hell? Oh, Lord. Now, you sick bastards. You couldn't go nowhere else besides a dead bitch's tomb. Lord have mercy. Look at these teens illegally climbing pyramids and getting it. Lord have mercy.
This teen illegally climbed a pyramid in Egypt, and this is what the cops did to him. This teen from Germany grabbed a GoPro and climbed the Great Pyramid of Giza during daytime. If you get caught climbing this pyramid, you can face 3 years in prison. And the teen knew this going into it, but he decided to do it anyway because he wanted to get the view. But while he was climbing it, the Egyptian police saw him and they waited for him. It took him around 20 minutes to get back down, and as soon as he got down, the police took him into custody. They told him if he just deleted the footage, then they wouldn't press charges. So he did delete the footage, but the police never knew that he would later recover the footage.
See, if it was my black ass, I would have got them 3 to 4 years. 3 to 5, nigga, I probably would have got 10 years just for a technicality of climbing while being black. Lord, I'm in Africa. Ain't that a bitch? Nigga recovered the shit and still posted it. Ain't that? You should have arrested the bastard. Yeah, delete the footage and we will let you go, okay? We will let you go free of everything, okay? No problems, okay? I know no problems from me, no problems from you, okay? Okay. Oh, hell no. You're fucked up there. Now, this is an ancient light bulb, and There go them lizard face, horse face motherfuckers. Okay, doing some kind. I don't know how to read this shit. Maybe you can go reverse and read back, and then these niggas holding these poles and shit. Was that the light bulbs? I don't know. I don't know. Once again, go ahead and check out Chris and Esther. Go subscribe to the motherfuckers. I use this clip in fair use. Don't come after me, you bastards. Amen. Okay. But maybe that supposed light bulb was used to change the molecular compounds of the damn rock. I don't know. But goddamn it, there's some questions here that need to be motherfucking answered. And we possibly answered some of them. I just need some of you raggedy ass scientists to go ahead and do the groundwork, and let's figure it out. Okay? Let's figure it out. Now, nigga asks, why can't I climb the Egyptian pyramids? Nigga, because you're damn a retard. That's why.
In the past, many people climbed the famous pyramids at Giza. And according to their recollections, it was worth it. But for many years now, climbing historical monuments is strictly prohibited by Egyptian law. Why can't I climb the Egyptian pyramids? Egyptian authorities cite two key reasons. The first of them is the preservation of monuments. The flow of tourists is very large, and the closer people get to the top of the pyramid, the worse the condition of the monument. To preserve the pyramids for as long as possible in their original form, restrictions were imposed on climbing to the top and visiting the tombs inside. The second reason is vandalism. What tourists did not do on the tops of the pyramids: played golf, tried to shoot obscene films, danced, left their autographs in the stone and broke off pieces. The Egyptians see this as disrespect for the ancient monuments.
Okay, well there you go. Your reason why you can't climb the motherfuckers, because your niggas don't know how to treat ancient shit, historical shit. And last time I checked, all these nice things that's put in museums, you're not allowed to touch the shit anyway. So that's why your bitch ass can't climb on the motherfuckers. Stop being a goofy bastard and have the professionals do the damn job. And even then, they fucking up too. God damn. Look at these mysterious inscriptions on the top of Giza.
Take a look at this video of a paraglider paragliding over the pyramids of Egypt. As he reaches the top of the pyramids, I see something very interesting. Hieroglyphs on top of the pyramids. Mysterious, isn't it?
Yeah, very mysterious. But goddamn it, we ain't got time for that shit. And what if that nigga got caught? Oh shit, I ain't fucked up my mic. What if the nigga got caught up on that motherfucker? Your nigga should have took more time. He should have got your ass stuck. You didn't climb the motherfucker. You parachuted it down. Technically, you shouldn't get in trouble for it, nigga. If they let a nigga get off by just deleting the footage, you would have been okay. And goddamn it, we needed to figure. You should have took a picture of that shit so we could have some scientists look at it and tell us what the hell's going on there. What the hell you got to say? What messages you trying to leave for the gods? Because what average nigga's gonna take his bitch ass? It takes forever to get their ass up there without falling down, potentially killing their damn selves. What the hell you got to be writing up there for the gods? Clearly that's what it's for. So let's see what the hell. They could be leaving some information that's pivotal, goddammit. Or telling the aliens, hey aliens, I appreciate you for giving us this information. At least it'll tell us something. Let's figure out what the hell's on there. Scientists, get your goofy ass up there without fucking shut up and tell us what the hell that shit means. Now let's take a look at the scariest discoveries in Egypt.
Scariest discoveries in Egypt. Researchers in southern Egypt found these alien coins. One appears to show a UFO while the other shows an alien. They're about the size of a US quarter, and maybe a memorial to the sighting of a UFO. Archaeologists recently found a lost city in Egypt. The city, named Aten, had been lost for over 3,000 years. Researchers who were looking for a tomb found the city by accident. The city had intact workshops, houses, and government buildings. A few years back, a man named Andrew Collins found a mysterious tunnel in a pyramid. This tunnel led to a gigantic labyrinth of caves. These were full of pits and holes, as well as bats and poisonous spiders. It's too dangerous for humans. So the tunnel was explored using a robot with a camera. But as the tunnels are so vast, it's still being explored to this day.
Okay, so we didn't have technical difficulties out the anus. Let's try this again. I'm sorry for the disruption, goddammit. But my shit is freezing like a motherfucker. Can we get the show going on without y'all fucking up, please? Hello. I'm clicking the button, ain't shit going down. This might be the end of the show, y'all, because it's coming to an end as it is, any motherfucking way. Hey, can you play the clip again? Oh, hell, my shit's fucking up for real. It's going down in the field, people. It's going down. I'm finna move on. And then watch, as I move on, this shit gonna pop right the fuck back up. Hello, am I still? Okay, fuck it, we just gonna keep it moving, fuck it. So the ancient Egypt knows conspiracy. Let's figure out what the hell that is. Well, goddammit, in the good gracious of history, just don't fuck with no goddamn nose. You cut off the nose, a nigga can't breathe. Goddamn. Can you let the statues breathe, goddammit, so we can have them for historical facts? Does nobody give a fuck about historical situations or people that you... What's the whole point of having an offspring if you don't give a fuck about... Nigga? Move on to... My whole shit is fucking up. I might have to end this shit early. Hello? I mean, come on, y'all. I'm trying here. This shit is acting like a motherfucker. Can you please help a nigga move on with the motherfucking show, please? Please.
Why Egyptian statues have no noses? With this question in mind, art curator Edward Bleiberg started his scientific research on why do Egyptian statues have broken noses. The nose would be the first part to fall into a three-dimensional sculpture, but in many cases the nose has not only fallen, but it had been crushed or hit. Edward found out that in ancient Egypt it was believed that a person's image could carry their own soul, even after death. These cases of vandalism must have aimed to reduce the power of the person in question. The Egyptians believed that earthly kings should supply the gods, who in return would help Egypt. Tombs and statues were the point of connection between the lords and man. The damaged part of the body is no longer able to do its job. The broken nose stops him from breathing. This vandalism was carried out by grave robbers, who were afraid of the revenge of the deceased, or of the person's opponents.
So you vandalized their graves. I mean, goddamn. That you so scared of the motherfucker he dead. You so scared of the motherfucker you gonna vandalize the niggas' graves. Lord have mercy. Can somebody help these retarded looking bastards? Please. God damn it. You don't do that. That's how we don't have the shit that we need to have in order to figure out what the hell's going on. That's why my goofy ass is up here making these regular ass videos. And speaking of which, what about the Egyptian hair mystery? The hell about that?
Hairstyles in ancient Egypt were one of the many ways the Egyptians distinguished themselves as a distinctively African civilization. Of the numerous hairstyles donned by the men of Kemet, the most popular by far was the short twist. Egyptologists, for obvious reasons, have often speculated that this hairstyle was a wig, emulating Kushite hair, but this has never been substantiated by any evidence. In reality, it is well known that this is a popular hairstyle that permeated continental Africa. Bronze artworks from Benin illustrate the commonality of the short twist being worn in similar concentric rows on various depictions. A variation of this style can be found amongst the Afar men of Ethiopia, where the twists are also substantially lengthened. This style is also reflected in Kemetic artwork, but by far the most notable example of this style was captured contemporaneously by Roman artists in exquisite bronze busts portraying the distinctly African appearance of the ancient Egyptians.
I mean, niggas in Africa is gonna be niggas in Africa, okay? They clearly got nigga kinks in their motherfucking head as to why niggas today try to wear the twist in their head today, okay? We've been wearing the same hairstyle for hundreds of thousands of years, clearly. And you notice he didn't refer to them as Egyptian. He referred to them as the original ancient Egyptians, Kentu, Kenta, Kente, whoever the hell their name was. Okay? Very interesting stuff. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is going towards the ending of my show. This is now my closing. Okay? I have to first say I absolutely apologize to MJ Forever, that YouTube channel. Make sure you bastards go and check them out right now. Okay? MJ Forever. I got on this motherfucker the last live stream talking mad shit. And if you didn't catch it, here it is. I done got fucking a copyright strike. I've never received a copyright strike on a fucking Michael Jackson video. Michael Jackson Forever is the YouTube channel. You sons of bitches! I'm a Michael Jackson fan too, motherfuckers. And your copyright struck my ass. You didn't give me no warning, none of that. You strike me. And you can go to hell too, bitches. You don't love Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson loves not only Michael Jackson, but all the innocent children of the motherfucking world. And I was one of them innocent kids who loved Michael Jackson, who got made fun of about being a Michael Jackson fan. And you repay me by giving me a strike, bitch. So that's what I got to say to you. Okay? Now, I did the show, added a little part like that, and then I proceeded to be an asshole and go to Instagram and tag them motherfuckers in it. Okay? I don't know why. I just took it as, okay, I'm going to take that as a L, but I'm going to be messy like I is, okay, and go out with a bang. Fuck it, I got my shit removed. I'm going to go out with a bang. Okay? Michael Jackson Forever then takes a look at my email that I sent to them. It's a total different me. I'm like, hi, I am a huge fan of Michael Jackson, and I am, I'm inspiring to be in just goddamn, just putting my feelings on the line. And now I'm talking shit on the motherfucking internet. He responds to the email saying, no problem. What's your YouTube channel? I'll remove it. Now I'm sitting here feeling like a jackass because I done called this nigga every cuss word from A to Z. Just because the nigga did what he was supposed to do, which was protect his fucking content. I'm in the wrong here. My stupid black ass decided to take one of his fucking clips, didn't ask the nigga for permission, downloaded the shit, put it on my damn show, and I had the nerve to be mad at him. Brother, you listen, I'm in the wrong. And this nigga was totally cool about the ordeal. No problem, I got you. Now, I feel like I had to admit to the nigga, listen, brother, online, I have a different personality than what I have in real life, okay? And I express myself. I mean, I felt like a jackass sending the email just warning the nigga that I done said some crazy shit that I done already put out. I'm sorry, okay? I was in the wrong. I'm completely unprofessional, and you had every right to strike my channel. You had every fucking right. That I was emotional. Okay, regardless of if I was a Michael Jackson fan as a kid, as one of them innocent kids, that don't mean a goddamn thing because I'm a grown ass man now. Okay, so you motherfucker need to get your bullshit together. Okay, next time you cuss at Michael Jackson Forever, you better die. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a little extreme, but goddamn it, I'm sorry. Okay, and I will never make that decision ever again. And I knew better. Because I knew better during that specific live stream. I'm like, look, nigga, Michael Jackson don't fuck around. They'll strike your motherfucking ass to hell. I knew it. Possibly get a copyright for that motherfucker too. Goddamn, niggas. Nah, it was hard as hell trying to find this bullshit. Okay? And now I gotta worry about copyright. I'm trying to use this shit in fair use, niggas. I ain't trying to fuck with Michael and his motherfucker. They still from the grave, he copywriting niggas. Okay? I ain't trying to be one of them niggas. So I'm saying I'm using this in fair use, Lord. Hey, YouTube, don't fuck with your boy. Because I'm just a fan trying to love and show my love for Michael Joseph Jackson. There you are. I'm just a fan trying to show my love and show his Michael Jackson Forever. MJ forever. So is them. Brother, I love what you do. So much so I wanted to put it in my own show. I designated this whole ending of the show to you because I owe you my deepest apologies, okay? I do need to be better with handling my business more professionally, and I will make sure I work on that. So with that being said, y'all niggas go make sure you check out MJ Forever. Because, goddammit, it's MJ forever, baby. That's what it is. In our heart and our motherfucking soul. To the day we die, okay? You're lucky plastic surgery hurt like a bastard. Because I'll get all this fat removed, my nose trimmed like a motherfucker, shave all, get laser surgery on my bald-headed ass head. And then get them damn sew-ins that Michael Jackson had. And we're going to be all the hell night long, amen? My name is Erek Loyd, out this motherfucker. I got to go. Okay, but I'm sincerely sorry, Michael Jackson forever. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Joe Rogan, thank you so much for your clips and you going deep into these things about ancient history. Thank you for all the other YouTubers that went deep into ancient history. And now I'm a part of the community that went over ancient history. Now that we didn't cover what the hell we didn't cover, hopefully this is a historic video for some of you motherfuckers out there that's looking to do research on the Egyptians, okay? I done did a 2-hour live stream. I knew it because it took me about 5 hours to put the whole show together. Amen? My name is Erek motherfucking Loyd. I'm taking my natural nasty blackened ass to bed so I can wake up and go to work in the morning. This is motherfucking Erek Loyd. I'm out this bitch.
Looking at this. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 let me holler at you, 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 let me holler at you. Holla, 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 holla.
I can't find my ending credits. So goddamn it, you know what it is. Ayo, 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 ayo. Trying to get my money right, just listen to my songs. Gonna be a movie star on your radio. Ayo, 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 ayo. Trying to get my shot, I'm aiming for the stars. Reaching for me now, and I don't know just who you are. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers. I'm Erek Loyd. I'm out this bitch.